Hello and welcome. I'm Ryan, the GM of StarFinder, the Fragments of Eternity. It is the 17th of December. It is 2018 still. And please quickly end. And here are the players.
Hello, I am Olka. I play Emmelyn, who is a Lashunta pilot.
Hello, I'm Nico. I play Zora, the Vest Captain.
Hi, I'm Alex. I have been playing Nix 5, the android mechanic, but we may have to reroll.
I doubt it. I am Colin, and I have supreme confidence. Also, I play Lyko, who is, you know. If you listen then this far, you know.
But what if they're just starting here?
Sneaky, spooky. That's it. That's all you're getting.
You're so sneaky, that's all you get.
I've given you too much as is. You
So
don't deserve
spooky.
this.
That's all you know.
I am not whoring myself out.
This
I
week.
don't know what.
Just a
Yeah.
nice wee disclaimer, just in general. Also, everything of the internet, I am not whoring myself out either.
I will happily whore myself out. I'm Calum, and I will be playing Zigg. You can find me on Twitter at Calum Blaine. You can find me on
disgusting.
Instagram
You're
at
just-
Calum Blaine. You can find me on...
Unsufferable.
Just Google Calum Blaine, 1L, no I am Blaine, and you're all good. You'll find me.
Do you know if you Google Victor Triumph, I'm the first image? I quite like that.
Do you know if
Actually,
you
I'm
type
going to
in
Google
Lyko
myself.
in the Google,
right
this,
now.
If you Google me, I've got such a generic name that you get 10 million results.
Not
I'm
far
the-
off it myself.
Ooh.
So, yeah, welcome to the pregame. How's everyone?
Can I just say I missed all you guys this week? I'm very happy to be back
Aw.
today. It's been a long week, or it feels like it's been a long week.
Yeah. We could do some holidays or something.
Yeah.
Samesies.
If only there was something coming up.
I know, right?
Something seasonal,
yeah.
maybe. Festive.
Say that, but I fucking hate
Ah.
Christmas.
No, not
No, we're
Christmas.
talking
Something...
about the winter solstice.
Yeah.
Isn't
Something more pagan.
that's not
Blameless.
even a holiday? You don't get that off. You get that
Ziggness.
off. Oh,
I'll
it's
take it off. What is it, the
Oh
21st?
my.
21st, yeah.
What's that? This? Yeah, I could just not turn up at work on Friday.
I mean, that's true.
Ballsy move. I mean, I guess we all could, but like, just
Let's do it. Let's
depends
make a
on the
pact.
aftermath.
I literally do not have enough hours to possibly consider doing that.
Yeah, I've already booked
Well,
all my
that sounds
time
like a
off.
you problem. I'm just
That's
just
that's
joking.
my line.
That's so bad.
So are we calling for a general strike for the winter solstice?
What, like in the RP or?
The only way.
No, I just mean,
That's
Globally.
real life.
Harry
Yeah.
Bridges.
Hmm.
Calling for a general strike, never mind.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was a reference
It was indeed. It was.
to a union leader who I literally only know of from a Rancid song.
which one?
I think it was in their first album. I think it may have been called. Let's hit the Google
Yeah.
up.
Welcome to the Starfinder Rancid Corner.
Harry Bridges was indeed the name of the track, and
I
it
do not know that one.
looks to have been on Let's Go, which I think is the debut.
That's the second.
Second?
Self-titled first.
Oh, what's the fucking first album? What was in their
Rancid.
I mean, that's how lazy. Have I got that?
Or like
Me.
maybe they just never thought it'd get any more, so they thought let's just go big.
No, that's
no,
like
I
how.
don't actually have that one. That's probably why I don't think it was the first one.
I mean, it's still not quite up there with Bad Company by Bad Company from the album Bad Company.
Although, to be fair, Bad Company is a really great track name, album name, and band name.
Yeah.
So,
They obviously
Yeah, I can't
they
put
peaked.
them on it.
Yeah.
Rancid had some really, really good album names, and it had some absolutely piss ones, and I stopped listening after Indestructible.
It doesn't
Life
help.
Won't Wait's a great title. And Outcome the Will's even better.
So
It doesn't help that they've got two albums called Rancid.
Yes, they do. The second one, which, if I recall, was the one with the Skull and Crossbones, was
Yeah.
really good. Had a couple of my favourite tracks from Rancid, like Black Hawk Down. What was the other one I really liked? Radio Havana. There's a few. Let Me Go. That was great. I liked Rancid a great deal when I was younger, but I haven't really listened to them much in the last 5 years.
see what?
Oh,
Oh.
Is he robotic for everyone or just me?
Yep.
And now Nico seems to be robotic?
Are we all
Nico,
robotic?
I'm
Oh
not.
my fuck.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Nope.
hello.
Oh no.
Nope. Dead.
Hello.
My
Testing.
voice connected went amber for a minute. Am I robotic? Have
Right.
I
No.
become one
Hello.
of
Welcome
them?
back.
Welcome to the Android corner.
Well then, so in other news, besides music and the band Rancid, Olka,
Other
how's your
facts are
week?
revealed.
How's your week been?
It's felt like a month
Right.
at least.
Oh,
It's just been work. Work has been crazy, as work tends to be. But we're winding down a little bit. It's hopefully gonna get easier from this point onwards.
You can bring out the TV and the DVDs.
Yeah.
Just put that in the classroom.
No, well, spoilers. That's what I do. Thanks for telling everyone. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's been fine. I don't even know what I've done. What day is this? Monday? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't keep track.
I can't
of
spell
such
it
Pretty
like
much
things.
sums everything up. What day is this? What even day is this?
I think I've been fine. I don't recall anything horrible happening to me. So that's
Good.
a good sign. Sorry, that was a shit answer.
that's fine. I mean, it's an answer. I mean, I never said you had to answer it well.
Oh, good, because that was never gonna happen.
What about you, Nico? How goes it?
Same as the last time, really. Just
Okay, if that's as exciting
I'm
as
good.
your segment's gonna
I
get,
am
I'm gonna
good.
just use this exact moment to say, can everyone put what their alignment is in the kind of the combat tracker for me?
that's a good
Weirdly,
question.
it's relevant.
Am I?
Oh no! I hate it when these things are relevant.
Yeah, no,
Why did I even ask that question? What am I?
Um, But yeah, carry on, Nico. What else has been happening with your week?
Tracker.
Nothing much. I've just been working most of it, to be honest, and I've got to be working most of the next 2 weeks as well.
Mm.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Where?
In the Cineworlds.
No, you weren't the target of the question.
Shout out to Cineworld there.
Yeah,
Other cinemas do exist?
the
No, they don't.
best
Do they?
Lies.
cinema content management, tumor management. Yeah, please don't sack me.
Hashtag relevance. Yep.
Hashtag relevance. But yeah, basically working to New Year's Eve, half for 3 days, then working to like the 2nd. Well, I guess I've got New Year's Day off because the place is actually shut, which is good. But it's all closes, which is a terrible thing. I'm not going to be getting into like 2 in the morning every night. It's great. It's good stuff.
Doesn't sound great, to be honest. Actually, I'd say it sounds the
It's good
opposite.
stuff. I mean, yeah, it's not. It sounds bad, but it's not terrible for me because I'm a bit of a night owl, you know. So
Yeah.
it helps.
I mean, I feel like aren't most owls night owls?
Yeah,
Is it night
maybe there's a
hawk?
day owl somewhere.
The day owl.
Just
We
so
praise you,
intense,
day
you know.
owl, and your unsung service to the.
Praise the day hour.
Let's double check the actual capacity of that weapon.
But yeah,
Just
I've
be
put an
praised,
alignment
that's all.
column in for you guys.
Oh, where?
In the combat tracker.
Okay, let me have a look.
Oh, and the combat trackers. I was actually meaning to ask that.
Wait, do you expect us to scroll?
I mean, I'll be
Dude.
honest. I can see the whole thing, and it's not even covering the whole page. So I mean,
Well, you and your Borgie screens.
Is the combat
it's
tracker in the
pronounced.
game manager?
It's pronounced bourgeois.
Spoken like a
It
true
is-
Borgie.
It's pronounced bourgeoisie, but
Alignment.
pronounced like- Revolution Brothers.
okay, it's usually pronounced bourgeois in English.
It is,
but
yeah, by the
it's
way, Olka,
bourgeoisie.
to answer your question. Combat tracker game manager, yeah.
Well, they've always been calling for revolution on this game.
Whoever's willing to GM.
I mean, you know, to our listeners.
Step up, Alex, let's go.
No, you can say GMing.
I'll play Alice, it's fine.
He says as if he doesn't already.
Don't worry.
Ooh,
She'll be dead. She'll be dead by the end of the first session. Stabbed against the wall.
I'm a capacity well spent 0 because
That might even be a quote from the first recording. Should be dead by the first session, you know? Rogue AI, you say. Heartfelt characters, you say.
And here I was expecting some Resident Evil shit.
There's still time. That is the finale
Red
of
Queen.
chapter 2, maybe.
Finale.
Right, okay, so Alex, what about you? How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been
Good.
that's what we were talking about before the recording.
Mm.
Mostly been
Spend.
trying to learn
There's
some
no
SQL.
before the recording. Don't reveal the pre-game.
Great. Origami.
The
Sorry.
pre-programme.
If you would like us to record the pre-game,
Fuck off.
This is just when we fast forward, like, you know, a year into the story, and it's just us with just GoPros constantly, just in our day-to-day lives.
we are nothing if not ridiculous. But I am here for the infinite regress.
Very ridiculous.
Well, that sounds like a you issue.
Biggest ridiculous.
You know, it's been
I
good.
have a friend in Rome. I came up with a very clever euphemism based on that, and I think you can guess what it means if you describe someone as a friend in Rome.
A friend. Indeed.
There you go, listeners at home. If you ever have a need to euphemize that particular thing in polite conversation, you maybe don't want to let on too much. Have a bit of a
But
code
just have like
language.
a really obscure, like, where you could just.
You could just sort of nudge, wink, wink. Oh, he's a bit of a friend in Rome, if you know what I'm saying.
And the person probably goes,
But-
"No, I don't quite follow."
If you just keep on
Explain.
nudging and winking, that will eventually explain it. It's my understanding.
And I think the range
That's
at
how
which they're
great-
capable of doing that is probably the giveaway.
That's how all great jokes work. You have to just keep like nudging until
Ah,
they
That's
ask.
certainly
elbow
is
nudge.
what I want.
Colin, how's your week been?
It's fine.
How was Rome?
I was wrong. Never been. No, my week was alright. I've been a bit ill, but just had a bit of work, so not much free time, which is alright. I mean, money is good, so not getting paid as promptly in January as in other months isn't good. Because this being one of the months where people tend to spend a lot of money, I end up very, very fucking broke in early January. But February will be here soon enough, and then I'll be 30, and then, oh god, I won't be 30 in February. I'm like, dramatic effect. What's the term we used?
Old.
For? Yes, old.
Past it.
Yes, under the hill, rather than over it. No, it's I'm condensing for dramatic.
I don't think condensing and Colin ever go together, though, do they?
That's shut up. Anyway, I know I'm alright. I've had an okay enough week. I've been slightly ill, but not ill enough to complain much about. And yeah, nothing much going on. I went to a wrestling show in Ayr. It was very family friendly. And they did a good job of making
Gosh
up for the fact
darn
that
it, you villainous
half
rascal!
the cast couldn't turn up. No, I mean it's really bizarre. Like there was a wee lassie who was obviously really into it, and I say wee lassie, I mean like sort of 8 or 9, I'd guess. And she had on a T-shirt that I also own, which says "Kinky Party,"
Right.
and it's as if written in lipstick in the front of it, because the Kinky Party are a very sort of beloved tag team of Shazam.
I love them already.
And Jack Jester, and they're just very, but they're not the most kid-friendly tag team. But their antics sort of are when the shows require it. But they still come out with beer, and they're still called the Kinky Party.
Yeah. That's,
So that's a bit surreal.
it is.
But yeah, no, wrestling is fun.
Whenever you can, Colin, pop in your realignment into a wee Colin.
A wee cheeky alignment.
wee. Yes, please.
Please don't do that.
No, I can't promise. It just happens. What about you, Calum?
I had a pretty good week. It felt
fuck
quite
you.
long, but yeah, sorry.
Was it a
Can't
friend
help
in
it.
Rome?
Yeah. No, I put up a Christmas tree at work,
Mhm.
and then came into work and found out that the little star or angel, depending on what you prefer to put on top of the tree,
Stranger.
was a cardboard cutout of me.
Oh, that's kind of
Oh,
that's
Which is really fun. Thank
that's
you.
hashtag precious. That is
That is. So I am an angel and a star.
a stranger.
Zig would
Stranger.
be happy.
Zigg would be happy. Yes. Other than that, just been recording a lot and writing a lot. It's been good.
Awesome.
Been a very productive week,
Have you read
which I enjoy.
You read much about the sun recently?
I read a little bit about the sun last night, and then I fell asleep. Zigg would not be proud.
I look forward to our Wednesday conversations upcoming.
Yes,
Be good.
should be interesting.
As for that, yeah, my week was busy. I feel like all I've done is work. Even on my one day off this week, I ran a game in person, so it was really, really good fun, but it felt like a second job. So, yeah, I just feel like I haven't had any time off. So I'm kind of tired, but I'm also quite hyped for the end of chapter 2, quite frankly.
Yeah. Sorry.
Speaking of which, though, welcome to the game.
Dum dum dum.
Oh no!
Who remembers what
Don't
happened
know if I'm ready.
last time?
You
I
killed
don't
me,
even
you bastard.
remember yesterday.
Alex is re-rolling a character,
Yep.
and
His
that's
name
really
is
about it.
Nick
That's all that happened.
6. And
Imagine I did that to you, though, and just changed all your character sheet and stuff without you realising it's like Nick 6 just written everywhere. That's just
Strangel?
Stranger.
Sorry, I was just looking at. Yeah.
I mean, this is my plan to get around you killing all my characters.
Yeah, it's the old, yeah, his twin brother with the exact same stats turns up.
How many of you are there? Well, we had a factory.
Yeah, I think the answer to that is yes. There
We are Legion.
We are many.
We are Nicks.
Sweet Legion.
Next
Hey,
line,
don't
please.
spoil the end game.
Okay, so
We
I'm-
fought dragons. It was bad.
yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
The fighting.
It wasn't
It
great.
was fine.
Fighting isn't really. I mean, it's a bit of an optimistic interpretation. I would describe that as more mildly inconvenienced some of their minions briefly.
yeah. I mean, like, yous were there, they were there, a kerfuffle happened.
We're in a cave.
You know, that
There
kind
we
of
go.
thing. You know.
That's information.
Yeah.
I saw some weird ass shit last week.
Yeah, you
You're
did.
all about the game.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
ass shit? Is that more shit than regular shit?
It's like you know when you shit and then you just forget to wipe, you know, and then you're like, oh
Oh
shit.
no! That was unpleasant. I
So,
didn't expect that
like,
from you.
so-
I have,
I do
I have a
apologise.
story that's relevant. I have
Okay.
a story that's relevant.
Oh,
I
no.
had today,
That's unsafe.
a person I know was telling us about her husband, who, as it turns out, would refuse to wipe his bottom on toilet paper instead of using hand towels
Oh,
every time.
Uh,
Every time.
so
That can't be comfortable though.
bourgeoisie. Like, are we back there? Like,
is this the family
Honestly.
towel idea?
I feel uncomfortable.
is this the Roman
Yeah,
thing
I-
again? Are we back in
I
Rome?
felt,
I feel
I
No,
felt
slightly
very
I've
having
seen
heard this.
some. I'm probably one of the more lefty types of people, I'll admit. But there are groups of environmentalists who push the idea of using washable cloths instead.
no, that wasn't. No.
It's
It
not
was
that.
just Minky.
I
Okay.
see. We should use live animals
I have. Yeah, I mean,
Then
Oh my god.
I did see.
after thoroughly washing them.
I want to say it was a French king or something who enjoyed a swan snack.
I think I've heard that also.
Yeah.
Was it a live swan?
Couldn't
Oh,
be
no,
because they have
that's
quite
not-
strong necks and would definitely resist.
Like, but maybe that was half
Maybe
the
like
excitement.
struggle though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to judge anyone, but
I mean, maybe his theory in life was
Wait, I didn't really-
you can't guarantee a clean bum unless you've had to struggle with a swan.
you don't feel like you deserve.
You know, when you're younger and you think things I'll never say in the future, you know, and then you say them and you go, I've disappointed my younger self so much.
I just anticipate I'll say pretty much.
Where do
everything
you
at some
see
point.
yourself in 20 years' time?
Dead.
Sitting on the internet talking about
honestly,
wiping my
it's like-
arse with swans.
Don't worry, 20 years from now we'll have swans for ourselves.
Wahaha!
Life goals.
That's treason. Right there.
Only if we eat them.
And I think that's only.
Then.
I think that's only one species of swan. I think we can
It's
probably.
the treason. Hey,
But really, I didn't know that. I just knew there was some bollocks treason.
I'm
thing.
fairly
Ah,
certain
one.
that's all bullshit.
I think
Also, if we don't kill them, it's probably fine.
I like to think it's true, alright, even if it is bullshit, right? That's just a wacky law.
if a
that's
swan
hilarious, man.
wanders into your bathroom and its neck happens to land your buttocks, When
the
in
tried and tested
Rome.
defense.
What if the swan had it coming?
I mean, I think we should just skip past all this. Thanks for that.
Where
Erica.
were we?
And,
Treason.
Actually, yes, one more.
so
Sorry.
Zigg was referring to what Zigg had witnessed.
Okay.
Oh,
last
yes.
session.
Oh, that was some weird ass shit, yeah.
I think I have to have a stroke to reset myself. Do you know that? I'm back in that kind of weird pensive still want to laugh a
There are
lot.
people listening. Sorry.
You can tell that
Fine,
we're
we'll-
all
we'll-
slightly
we'll take it
tired.
Come on, holidays.
I'm finally waking up. I tried to stay up to watch the wrestling last night, and
The wrestling.
Oh, the Bears are in the playoffs! Yes! Sorry, you just reminded me. That's all.
Right,
Hockey?
let's go back.
Football.
Go back
Foot-
to
I
what
don't
Zigg seen.
Hand egg.
Right, yes. Zigg saw some strange things last session.
Yes.
And now he's having a bit of a crisis.
But we got some
Maybe
nice,
not as much as an X5, but
we got some nice backstory though about like Emmelyn and Zigg, and we got
Yes.
some Zora backstory as well. So you know, like it was pretty good.
The wee brain chat, and
Mhm.
he was quite upset.
Yeah, yeah, it
Every
was.
chat, brain chat.
But I'm more upset.
Well, we'll get there. Don't worry. So, so Zigg, yeah, like you obviously did your mind link with Lyko, and we learned a bit about how you probably haven't ever touched each other ever before, which is probably acceptable.
Probably for the best.
Yeah,
Which is fine.
it seems respectable. Yes, and no, it was good. It was quite good. Also, I like the fact that we learned that obviously Emmelyn has like telepathic Isoki as a language. It's kind of cool. Love any opportunity to kind of pad out people's backstories a little bit. But yeah, I think then it's a good enough catch up. A very off kilter catch up. But yeah,
You're a coward.
thank you. And yeah, so I think as the episode fades back in after the previously on Fragments of Eternity, so after we did that, and then there was random adverts for toilet paper in the middle, we've then got like the scene opens to like an unfamiliar landscape, kind of barren, kind of wasteland, and we have that thing where at the kind of the right hand side of the camera, like flicker of kind of purple robes flap in kind of wind into the corner of the screen, and then the camera kind of zooms kind of out a bit, and we see like this huge kind of undead army amassed before this figure standing on this kind of hilltop, and behind it, up on a kind of a rise above the kind of innumerable kind of undead that you see, there's two figures standing, kind of very like faded away, kind of wasting away, grey husk type people, very kind of ornately dressed, and they start exchanging dialogue across the way. Obviously we get subtitles for the audience at home because you know it's in their native tongue, and the dialogue comes up at the bottom. You have been gone a long time, Urgalas, and people may recall that word. And much has changed. And then the figure, it kind of clicks back to the figure with the purple kind of robes and kind of slightly ornate look to themselves as well, not as wasted away as the two figures across the kind of valley, if you will. And we get the kind of guttural kind of voice come out of it as well. It says, "Too much has changed, and nothing worthwhile." And then the two figures exchange a very brief look between each other, as if they're kind of very tense and pensive about the whole situation. The kind of camera does that thing where it lingers through very quickly, like shots of the crowd, where it's just kind of, again, hordes of undead, kind of, again, like animated husks, if you will, in various states of, like, some holding rifles, some holding kind of big fancy kind of energy blade weaponry, etc. None of it looks particularly nice or pleasant, or clean. And the two figures kind of, after exchanging that nervous glance, one of them's kind of got like their hat, like almost like the evil supervillain hand-in-hand type kind of clasped thing, slowly kind of writhing its kind of bony fingers. And it says, "We now rule." And he kind of opens his hands and gestures kind of vaguely around him. And then the figure, again, that we've been following, the purple-robed one, just says, "No longer." And then the scene kind of does that kind of shot from, side on to the valley where we see the pit of people, and then almost like the generals on high, the two on one side and our figure, or Galas as he has been named, on the other side. And the entire horde kind of march forward at the gesture from one of the two kind of ornate figures on the hill. The entire army march forward and start shooting and blasting, and chaos happens. And then the other kind of robed figure raises a hand, and then we just see like a flash of light. And the flash of light is then when the camera slowly pans away from the blade pinning Nyx 5 to the wall of the cargo bay. So, Nyx,
Yes.
you are pinned to the wall of the cargo bay by a blade. You're fully aware this should hurt like fuck. But it doesn't. There is no pain.
Is it the sort of absence of pain that would be caused by shock?
It is
Or is it like...
more info required currently. Because if you were in shock, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So, it is, if anything, a surprise.
I am surprised.
Yes.
A surprise, to be sure.
Yes. As I said, you see this figure, blonde hair, etc., etc. And she kind of like shakes her hair loose and turns. Obviously, she had dialogue last week. We can all remember what that was exactly.
Exactly.
Good. Everybody quickly scanned to the previous recordings, and then she kind of turns and she kind of like looks at you, as if kind of studying you. Like she kind of draws her eyes up and down you. Do you do anything?
I'll probably try to grip for the blade. Try and pull it out. That is totally the correct thing to do when you're stabbed.
Yeah. Like you can grab it like it's like a tangible kind of white blade of light. Like you can kind of wrap your hands around it. But yeah, like you go to pull. It does not budge. Like it's not the easiest thing to get a grip on either. Like it's quite, there's almost like there's very little friction, if anything. And it does kind of almost crackle a little bit, like as if it is like kind of live energy, if you will, of like pure white light. But yeah.
What have you done to me?
And you can see that like it's as if she's either not heard you or she's really kind of focused as she's kind of looking you up and down. And then she kind of like her eyes briefly kind of flash at yours, and then she kind of like just turns and then walks out of the cargo bay, or the lab bay, if you will. So yeah, and you're left pinned to there. So, from what I recall, we had Emmelyn in the cockpit, we had Zora in cargo bay A, I believe. Zigg is in the smuggler's compartment beneath the ship, and Lyko in the cockpit still?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was where I last was. That was repetitive.
That's fine. That'll do. So, what's everyone else doing? So Zora, I believe you were there trying to do your not so mystic jank, I believe.
Yeah, I was at least trying to replicate something I've seen before, I suppose, but that just didn't work for me, because that's just not how I roll.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's probably quite a stubborn bastard. So he's probably going to keep on. At least, like, probably not in the cargo, but he's probably screw this place hasn't go in. But he'd probably like start. I don't know. Looking around elsewhere, probably. Because he's still adamant in finding something on the ship.
Okay. So, where'd you go? Where's your next protocol? You're in the cargo bay, eh?
This has got to sound so meta, but the obvious choice is from A to B in it, right? Right. So he's got to be going towards B, but it's absolutely going to sound like it.
I mean,
it's not meant to be.
It's not the biggest of ships, right? So
No, like I said as well in the last session, like he would probably search the biggest areas first and then start working on the smaller areas. So yeah, cargo would be probably.
Cool. Right. So as you you kind of, maybe you're disappointed, but slightly kind of nostalgic self after we had like your flashbacks to like your old kind of commander, mentor man. You turn around, open the cargo bay door, like when you're just kind of closing cargo bay A behind you, and you're in the corridor, and then walking, because obviously, I mean, I'm going to take us to a blank page, I think, because I'd quite like to just doodle some things, I think. Let's doodle some things, but let me change the settings because it's all white and it's really, 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 really bright. I'm not a big fan of that.
Around me at some point during the week, I probably will make like a layout for the ship because it seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I've got an idea of kind of what it looks like in my head as well, so me and you'll totally sync up and have a go at that, because I think that could be quite a fun adventure. Let's move everybody over here. Right, okay, and let me just quickly doodle some things. Let's just, right, so let me just see if I've learned anything. Right, so click, so if that was A, let's just, this is not to any scale, quite frankly. Right, so this is Bob Ross, eat your heart out. I think you can kind of see what I'm going for, right? Like,
Is it a goose?
there we go. There's some doors, and then those are ramps. These wibbly wobbly bits, right? Makes sense, roughly.
Yeah.
Kind of does that, right? So, and then let's just freehand doodle B, and then like there's probably other stuff. Let's you know, like the cockpit, etc., goes up this way, and then I just imagine crew quarters and stuff are off to like one side, etc., and other stuff at the other side, engine rooms and shit, and the smuggler's hold's probably underneath, you know. You know, like that or something. Underneath. Some shit like that. So, as I said, we need a ship layout. So, as you head out into the hallway from A being there, you see a blonde woman leaving B from there. What do you do? You are muted, just so you know.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I knew that the whole time.
Yes. Right. I mean, this corner isn't huge, is it not? Like, I should be able to probably tell that that's absolutely nobody that should be on my ship. Right.
I mean, that's let's have a look. Is that 25 foot away?
Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
What is? Will I just borrow? Like, I'll just borrow that, and you can dump yourself on there as well if you want.
Is that it?
Oh, there you are. Yep. And just move yourself to the
Is
door.
that drop one?
Yep.
Cool.
Although we've got multiple views. There we go. So yeah. So we have that kind of that almost candid shot. Remember, we're following Zora, you know, because we've maybe see SK leave the cargo baby door and close the door behind it, and then maybe the camera just like ducks through the bulkhead door into A and watches Zora just leaving A, and then the camera follows behind Zora, and then as you're closing the door closes, and it's that view right down the length of the corridor, and we see SK standing. Zora. Roll initiative.
Okay. Right, that's good. Oh no, I've got to go on Google Chrome. No. I'm forgetting about that. I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay. While we're waiting on that, is there any conversation happening in the cockpit?
From me?
Not you. You're not in the cockpit. I mean from Emmelyn and from
I
Lyko.
didn't hear the cockpit part, so.
No?
I don't know.
I don't remember exactly what was like the last thing we said.
Yeah, I can't quite recall what we finished on either. We certainly, I'm assuming, did not hear anything amiss from the cargo bays or anything.
Oh no, nothing like that, no.
So we'd have no particular reason not to simply be either continuing to talk or do other things. I think I'd been mentioning something about the psychic sort of interfacing through the whatever the mechanics it is that Zigg mind melds.
Can you do that again by clicking your token, please, and having it highlighted, Nico?
Oh, yeah.
Because it should.
I had to do that.
I think we were smoking, weren't we? Didn't you offer me like an e-cigarette, a space cigarette? Sorry.
I think it was just smoking. Like there was no e-cigarette in this.
Oh well, cool.
Just smoking.
Smoking is cooler. That's right, kids. If you're watching at home, smoking it is big and it is cool.
Oh god.
Don't listen to this man.
I've had several people where
Take
it's
it
like,
from the smoker.
you know, it was Struan. You know Struan, or at least you know of Struan. Ryan. He made the point to me years ago, and it's very true. And I've said it to several people since. Like, are you really going to tell me James Dean wasn't cool? Like, are you going to tell me smoking isn't cool? You can say it'll fucking kill you. Killed a lot of people, or contribute to this a lot of people. Terrible habit. I'm very fortunate in that I smoke occasionally, and I've never felt the need to really smoke more than that. But I wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't say smoking. It's what you should spend your money on, kids. But even so, like seriously, telling me it's not cool? Fuck off.
Smoking's not cool, kids. Don't do it. This man's a madman.
Smoking's not cool. I never.
Oh yeah, smoking's not cool. Cocaine's not cool.
Now is a good time to mention we accept sponsorship from anyone, regardless of how unethical their business.
Yes. Marlboro, hit me up.
Or also Colombia.
I'm going to take a strong moral stand and say that drug dealers are very often very bad people.
Right.
And also, be careful with your drugs, kids.
They're expensive.
Yes.
And may not be what they're advertised as.
So yeah, you look down the corridor. What's your initial reaction here, Zora?
Point. Right. I did just walk on the ship. I'm pretty sure I didn't put away my gun and stuff, did I? I mean, we just walked on the ship to go, like...
When you walked on the ship, you spoke in the cockpit for a bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Right, cool. So, probably train my gun on and probably shout, like, what the hell are you doing on my ship? What the hell are you doing on my ship?
Okay, so, like, are you shouting that at her? Are you just...
Yeah,
okay, cool.
absolutely.
And I think, obviously, she got the initiative over you, sadly. It's nice for me, obviously, but not as nice for you. I'm just going to use Alice's token because it's there and I don't want to spend time adding in Escape's face.
Yeah, no token.
But yeah,
Makes sense.
like, essentially what happens is she actually just like full pelt runs at you.
Lovely.
Yeah, and as she's running, like she kind of like flicks her hand down by her side, and you see like a blade of light appear, like white burning crackling light that's kind of like scorching around it. But then you can hear the hissing and the fizzing and the kind of like the burning, but it's not leaving a mark anywhere. Like nothing's scored. It's not like a lightsaber when you would drag it around in a video game and it would leave all those lines until the game decided to ungenerate them because it needs the memory. But yeah, hers just doesn't like leave any kind of trace.
Some kind of phage technology. That's what's going through his head right now.
Yeah, so she runs up and then she just boots you square in the chest. Like she like stops so suddenly and then like pivots her body back so that she leans back and just boots you with like a kind of booted high heel. And yeah, you get a. Let's see. Do you want to give me a? Oh, what's the word? A fortitude save.
Fortitude save. Did I just get bull rushed?
I think this is how this works. Let me just double check this. Is it 2-7 something? Probably 2-7-9 maybe.
Is that a bull rush by chance?
It's maybe
Is
the
that
thing
what's
is it's maybe an opposed strength check. So let's just double check that just now. Have a quick look at that. But either way, she's booting you into like the bulkhead. Is her plan. Let's have a quick scan for this.
I don't want this to happen.
I mean, I get that, yeah, but I'm wondering if it's a fort save you get or if it's a like an opposed one, because you probably want the opposed one. Probably, I think. Why am I not finding the rules I'm looking for? It's probably further back, that's why.
2, 7.
Where are we? Taking damage, that's not the one I wanted. Right, let's see. Wait 2 seconds to quickly scan this. Blah 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 blah.
Is the action types you're looking for? It's 244.
Right, it's unclear. How about you just roll either an athletics check or a fort save? I'll let you pick.
Athletics.
Okay, and I'll make a roll for her.
She says it's not against the rolls.
It's not, but she still has to roll, so it's fine. Let's find out. Defending the boot. Right, cool. Oh, she gets higher. So yeah, she boots you. You go there. You should in theory go further. I need you to take a d6 plus 5 damage.
Oh my.
I'm not gonna let you roll it.
Slash R 6 plus 5. Dead.
Take
45.
take 10, I guess, bludgeoning damage. It would have been piercing had they been stilettos.
10. Let's see here. HPs. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in the right clicky menu again. I'll just update it later. 1620. Okay. So I'm now at 6 stamina and 20 HP.
So what was your stamina originally?
16.
Nice.
Yeah, that's rather good.
And was that what it was after the fight with the Dragonman?
I didn't get hit.
Excellent. I knew you did, because you were like kind of exchanging blows a lot, weren't you, with them?
Yeah,
So,
both of us
nice.
were basically missing each other like crazy. I hit him with a gun, but it didn't affect him.
it probably looked
Yes.
great in the TV show, but terrible numbers-wise. Right, cool. It's your go. You're probably
so I
quite like
guess I would-
that really hurt. There's like a Zora-shaped
Yeah.
dent in that part of the ship now.
I'd probably like be holding like my shoulder or like whatever landed first. Probably my shoulder.
Like, you've been smacked
Something.
around a lot in fights and war and battles and various such things, and I mean, she She has more force than she looks like she has. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I would grunt in pain for sure. Well, like holding whatever impacted first. Probably. Well, for starters, a tuning. Like, yeah. So. Let's go photon again.
Okay.
Okay. Might be better. Lift my hand up, do the armor thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so we see a little mote just kind of creep over you.
Yep.
Symbiote-like.
Yes. And I'm just going to full attack. Nope, can't full attack. That was a move action doing that. Can't. Just
Yep.
normal attack. Just a normal attack. Cool. Yeah, so going to shoot.
When I said full attack, I meant attack stupidly.
No, attack.
I meant,
stupidly.
wish I could full attack, but not quite actually do it.
Probably not good enough.
Give me 2 seconds. Let me just find the thing I need.
Oh yeah, for God's sakes.
Oh, this isn't the book I need to be looking in. That's why. That's a foolish rhyme. I was like, why is there no index in this? I'm looking in the archive. I'm like, I need to be in the core book. That would help.
RGV.
God, that's so annoying. Why is that not a word in here, but it's everywhere else? Do you know the exact definition of resistance? Because under the core rulebook glossary, it's not in there. Because why would it be?
Oh gosh, right, let's see.
That's so annoying.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it isn't just the Fortune's reflex or whatever. Or
No,
like
resistance.
cack
The
and
term
yak.
resistance.
Or resistance. Okay.
Yeah. So none of that. None of
Or
what you
as
said.
in like elemental or whatever. Like sort of
No,
stuff.
just the word resistance. This
Energy resistance? No.
like if somebody finds me a definition, we'll learn that together. As a team.
Just resist. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
I imagine it being the tactical rules, right? One would imagine. Possibly under the damage part. Dealing damage. Wow. Why is that not a thing? I'm just going to go Control F the document because that's
265. There's spell resistance. Spell resistance, the ability to avoid being affected by spells. The spell-like abilities, much like an armor class, it gets magical attacks.
It's not that.
That.
Because it's not a spell. It's Oh, I just want to know because it literally the stats say. Where is it? Where are we? Resistances, and there's a list of them for this particular thing. So I want to know where that definition is. Because I want to know like some things that have resistance. Like so, for example, there's a resistance, a type of damage, and a number next to it. And I'm wondering if I just ignore that number of damage before take effect. But I don't want to do that because resistances are handled very differently in other systems. For example, like D&D does it, where like if you're resistant to something, you just take half damage from it. So it's hence why I want to. Okay, sorry, defensive abilities, DR, immunities, resistances, and SR. The creature's unusual defensive abilities, DR, immunities, resistances, spells are listed here. That's how to read a stat block. Wow. And then it just... Like, so for example, resistances, Sonic 20 is what the Space Goblin Monarch has, just as a spoiler alert. So, I would assume that's just a number of damage it ignores. Seems to be.
I think so. If it's talking about DR, because I'm pretty
If
sure
you-
it's just somewhere on the varying level. It pretty much goes into like, a slight specific about DR, and it is just like a minus to damage. Like if you've got 3 DR, it's -3 damage.
I'm currently scanning the whole document. Please stand by while we try to next joke.
Damage
The
reduction, page
resistance-
263.
263. Oh.
You know that is actually what I was looking at earlier, but you said it's just called resistance, and I moved away.
And then energy resistance is on page 264.
Let's see.
Damage reduction. Some creatures ability to instantly heal damage from attacks or ignore blows altogether. This is referred to as damage reduction special ability DR.
Interesting. Because it's not listed.
Numerical part of a creature's damage reduction is the amount of bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage the creature ignores.
Yes, that's damage reduction, and then it's got energy resistance on the next page.
Yeah, and its resistance is the
It's
doing
basically
that
the same.
for basically elemental stuff.
And does it work like, if it is, I don't know, whatever. Is there an example?
Ish. It doesn't have like a. If you have resistance 5, this.
Okay, how much damage is resistant? No, that's fine. It does. It kind of works, I think. I think it
It's
works.
basically just a minus as long as you've got the matching type.
Right, that's
And
fine.
it takes away any accompanying effects if it negates the entire.
Good. That's fine. Good. I'm glad we all learned that. It's just, I hate when things are labelled one thing, because it's like DR is listed in certain places, but this isn't. This just says resistances. It should say ER, right? If it was going to follow its own logic. Ugh, this book. So yeah, anyway. You missed with that shot, by the way, just so you know.
I thought so.
Yeah. Anything else you can do?
No.
Right, so as like you
In
go,
fact, drop my gun.
yeah, swift action
Drop
drop.
my gun as in like bring my gun down. Like, yeah. So just swift to change grip.
Cool. And it was your move to activate your armor
Yeah.
and your action to shoot. Cool. Yep.
Done.
The yeah, and I think we just have that shot of like her running forward, flicking the sword out, kind of like doing that thing where she stops and puts all the kind of motion into like her foot, where she stands still and then kicks you with her right foot. You go smacking into the wall, and then like as you get smacked into the wall, you just look up, pull the gun up, and shoot kind of instinctively, like maybe shoot from the hip almost. And then just shoot, and then kind of like pop yourself out of the Zora-shaped dent in the wall. So you're standing in that square. But as you like have shot, like it's just like shot right past like her, that kind of her hair slightly flicks, as it misses her. She she kind of smirks a little, like the tiniest kind of movement on an otherwise porcelain face, and then she then just turns and walks away, and you look down, and there's a white blade glowing through your chest, and you're pinned to the wall.
I would probably be. Well, is
And then she
I mean,
just
I assume
goes
it's the same
up
as
to the cockpit. Combat
the
over.
descriptions last time.
Okay.
Goody. I'm probably struggling like crazy, but nothing's happening, obviously.
I mean, you can try and grip it and such, but just the same kind of almost friction, really difficult to hold on to, like trying to pull, doesn't seem to be budging. But yeah. So, cockpit people.
Yeah, we've probably heard that.
Oh, yeah, like I think most people heard the thud as Zora like gets smacked into the wall, and then like the energy discharge noise of the zzz, of the laser pistol. I mean, I imagine you could probably set your gun to have different ringtones, but like smashing. Not to just give a wee shout out to Nigel Thornberry there, but yeah, you just get up to the you hear the kind of like footsteps on the steps up to the cockpit, and then the door just makes like a kind of almost groaning sound, like metal kind of bending, and then the steps walking away from the cockpit door. What do you do, cockpit people?
look meaningfully at Emmelyn and draw my gun.
Yeah, draw my gun.
Cool. Where are you finding all this paper and art supplies?
In our mouths.
Good.
No.
Hey, that's Zigg's territory there. That's fine. Yep. So yeah, what do you do? You've got your guns.
Quite gingerly try the door. Although, it being me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this isn't unusual for you to go up to the door and it not open. So, yeah.
Try again.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to do a wee strength? Are we strength pulley? Are we athletics?
Try. Yeah, I'll give athletics.
Yeah, do you want to do a roll? Are we open the door?
Door opening.
Yeah.
And athletics. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's not the best roll.
Like, you pull, and like normally this would be like the same amount of pressure you've had to apply before to open the stubborn door, right? Because it's stubborn, but it's not like immovable, right? Normally for you when you try and approach these things. But yeah, like this thing doesn't like budge at all. Like even when you try and like maneuver the handle, like the handle doesn't move.
Okay, let me try.
Love the image of this as well.
I mean, I'll step out the way, of course, and let her try.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to open the door.
Yeah, like door, like again, like the handle doesn't even move, which is unusual because it should move to unlock and pull back, and yeah, it just does not.
Can I, with my inside voice, my head voice, seek Zora and Captain, are you okay?
You hear draconically speak plainly.
Oh my god. Dragons, man.
I hate this.
Okay. Can we comms
Mm-hmm.
him?
Yeah. So yeah, you come, Zora. What do you say?
Something's weird's going on. Are you alright, Captain? We heard a bang.
There's an.
So,
Sorry,
Zora,
I've choked on myself.
your comms flicker, and then obviously you can choose to accept the comms or not.
Yeah, I'll accept comms.
You just get static.
Okay.
It comes through,
I'll
and
probably, like,
you know
shout
this
for
is
it.
the sound of something being distorted deliberately. And I think as you hear the static, you can maybe see Skate walk back down into the corridor, and then just walks up and goes through into cargo bay, closes the door behind her.
I would have wanted to shoot her. She was walking past.
Like it's that kind of where like you go, like maybe you try and swipe at her or whatever. But yeah, like I mean, if you want, like I'll totally let you go for a pot shot at her. Yeah.
I'll swipe at her.
I mean, no, I mean literally like with your gun. If you want it, you've got it. Didn't you say you dropped it though? Like I mean, I feel like
No, I put it down. I didn't mean drop it. I meant I'd like bring it down so I could maybe like swipe at her with my hand. Like,
well, you got a choice then. Are you gonna pop shot?
I'll give a swipe at her. I'll give a swipe at her as she walks through the door.
Sure.
I'll probably miss, but screw it.
This is when you crit.
No, I wish I'd done it with my gun. Where is it? There it is. Natural weapons. Boom. So back. Oh.
As you like, so it'd be like your left hand, right? Because you've got your right hand holding the gun.
Yeah.
And then, like, it makes sense, right? Because if it's your left side closest to the doorway, right? So as like she goes, opens the door, doesn't even kind of really acknowledge you, like goes to walk in, and then you go to like lunge at her with like your kind of clawed Vesk hand, probably with the armor kind of fitted around it so that the claws still come out of the end of it, like almost like vacuum sealed at the end so that they're exposed, and you go to kind of claw at her, and she just grabs you by the wrist.
God damn it.
And like, this is like, you know, when your mother decided to pick you up because you were, you know, in some way falling behind, so you were grabbed by the wrist in your Vesk mama, just lifts you, and you get moved whether you like to or not, because that's a big strong mama. So yeah, this is the same level of grip. Like this is, again, you're like, how does her little human arm do that?
God damn it, woman.
And you've probably arm wrestled with Emmelyn before, so SK isn't particularly huge or anything built wise, and then like you do that, and she grabs you like your wrist, and then like she does that thing where she stopped, grabs the wrist, and then kind of like just turns to you very slowly, and kind of like, again, like as I described with the way she looked at Nyx 5, she just kind of like takes you in as if now she's noticing you, and then she kind of looks you up and down. She kind of smirks, like, and she lets it linger for a couple of seconds longer, as if she's happy to let you see her smile at that, and then she just lets go of your hand and carries on and closes the door behind her. Is the scene.
Whole time I'd probably be growling. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Because it's probably quite sore the way, like, as I say sore, but like she's gripping, and you can clearly, it's like your armor's like,
yeah,
you've probably got like a hand.
Growling, be growling instead of grimacing, like sort of idea. Like, got to save face, like strong wizard man.
With that, the camera then switches as the door shuts behind her in the cargo bay. The camera switches to this kind of, call it smuggler's compartment, and you've got like Zigg still up against the kind of corner of the room, and this kind of shadowy figure looking down at Zigg, and then like what we can assume being like the neck and head of the shadow, like quickly changes its like point of view and looks to the entrance of the, the smuggler's compartment, and then dissipates instantly, and then like we hear the creak of the compartment opening, and in drops just 2 feet straight in. You hear the clank of the heels onto the bulkhead, and Zigg like across from the cargo bay from you, like you've got SK staring at you. That all those feelings you had regarding all the mystic checks you've done, when you look at her, you see almost as if she's backlit with this white light constantly. This very clinical white light. And then she kind of just looks, and you can kind of like, it's hard to kind of make out her features, but you've got quite good eye, like your vision for the dark. And but this light is very bright, and a silhouetted light, and she looks at you, and she doesn't look like, like if we'd watched this as a TV show, she was very down to business with Nyx, very down to business with Zora, and the booted to the wall, pinned, and then straight up and just locked them in the cockpit. Comes down to you, and she doesn't even look in any way kind of threatening, aggressive. She's just standing and looking. What's Zigg's instant reaction?
Trying to become part of the wall. When you do that thing where you're just kind of like scrambling backwards, like trying to make yourself super, super tiny in a sort of like super panicky way. That's exactly what he's doing.
And I think like as you're like crawling up, and like maybe obviously you're kind of like, as we described you before, you were hunched over, holding your knees, leaning against like the wall and stuff. And then as I said, this, you've been like scampering backwards, and as you're scampering backwards, maybe you're slowly standing because you're running out of places for your feet to scamper back to. So you're now maybe standing with your back pressed right against the wall, and then she takes like a step forward, and that's like obviously as you complete your, you're fully standing and staring back at her, and she puts like her hand up as if like, that international sign of I'm not going to hurt you, and then or intergalactic I guess now, and she says, I've been looking for you. And we take a break there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, we're going to take our break here. We're going to come back at 22, and we will see what happens, guys. Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening so far. Hello, Nick. Here is your
Nick.
hello.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Sharis.
Hello,
Hi,
Space Boy.
I think that's it.
Hi.
Hello, Tom. Hello, everyone else who's watching and listening. Thank you all. I can speak for the whole galaxy here. We all love you. And we'll see you after the break.